Shishimali Divine Vaishnava Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Namacharya Shilara Das Thakur ki MC Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopina Shyama Kundara Kundri Gopadan ki Shri Vrindavan Dama ki Mathura Dama ki Varaka Dama ki Mahadvip Mayapur Dama ki Jagannath Puri Dama ki Ganges Mai ki Yamuna Mai ki Tulasi Devi ki Bhakti Devi ki Avaita Bhakta Vrinda ki Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories to the Sangha devotees. All glories to the Sangha devotees. All glories to the Sangha devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Hare Krishna. The movie Baba and then Sunday Love program. And the other file, I think I answer from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 10, text number 25. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, text number 25. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Madhyamata Narandasya Gyananjana Shalakara Chakshunmiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swaparantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yuta Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvavitam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Parana Sahakimalalita Shri Visakam Vitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostite Dr. Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishravanu Sute Devi Pranam Vanchaka Patarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyayavacha Patitaram Pavane Vaishnava Namo Namo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavad Gita cities ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So we'll take the Sanskrit recitation. Bhagavad Gita cities chapter 10, text number 25. Mahasinam Bheguvaham
Mahasinam Bhagavaham
Giram Asmi Ekam Aksharam
Giram Asmi Ekam Aksharam
Yagyanam Japaya Yusmi
Yagyanam Japaya Yusmi
Stavaranam Himalaya
Stavaranam Himalaya
Mahasinam Bheguvaham
Mahasinam Bhagavaham
Giram Asmi Ekam Aksharam
Giram Asmi Ekam Aksharam
Yagyanam Japaya Yusmi
Yagyanam Japaya Yusmi
Stavaranam Himalaya
Stavaranam Himalaya
Mahasinam Bheguvaham
Mahasinam Bhagavaham
Giram Asmi Ekam Aksharam
Giram Asmi Ekam Aksharam
Yagyanam Japaya Yusmi
Yagyanam Japaya Yusmi
Stavaranam Himalaya.
Stavaranam Himalaya.
Word for translation. Mahasinam.
Mahasinam.
Among the great sages.
Among the good cities.
Brigu.
Brigu.
Aham.
Aham.
I am.
Giram.
Of vibrations.
Vibrations.
Asmi.
Asmi.
I am. Ekam Aksharam.
Ekam Aksharam.
Ekam Aksham Pranava.
Ekam Aksharam.
Ekam Aksham Pranava Yagyanam.
Ekam Aksharam Param Yagyanam.
Of sacrifices.
Of sacrifices.
Japayagya.
Japayagya.
Chanting.
Chanting.
Asmi.
Asmi.
I am. Stavaranam.
Stavaranam.
Of immovable things.
Of immovable things.
Himalaya. The Himalayan
The
mountains.
Himalayan mountains.
Word for word. Translation and purport by Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hidayah.
Translation. Of the great sages I am Brigu. Of vibrations and the transcendental Om. Of sacrifices and the chanting of the holy names Japa. And of immovable things and the Himalayas. Please repeat. Of the great sages I am Brigu. Of vibrations
Vibrations.
and the transcendental Om.
I am the transcendental Om.
Of sacrifices
Of sacrifices.
and the chanting of the holy names Japa. And of immovable things
And of immovable things.
and the Himalayas.
Himalayas.
Purport. Brahma, the first living creature within the universe, created several suns for the propagation of various kinds of species. Among these suns, Brigu is the most powerful sage of all the transcendental vibrations. Omkara, represents Krishna. Of all sacrifices, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is the purest representation of Krishna. Sometimes animal sacrifices are recommended, but in the sacrifice of Hare Krishna, there is no question of violence. It is the simplest and the purest. Whatever is sublime in the world is a representation of Krishna. Therefore, the Himalayas, the greatest mountains in the world, also represent him. The mountain named Meru was mentioned in the previous verse, but Meru is sometimes movable, whereas Himalayas are never movable. Thus, the Himalayas are greater than Meru. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Of the great sages I am Brigu, of vibrations and the transcendental Om. of sacrifices and the chanting of the holy names, Japa, and of immovable things and the Himalayas, Hare Krishna. So, in this text, or in this chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita, the chapter entitled The Opulence of the Absolute. You can say the Absolute, and I say the Absolute Truth, Krishna, and I say Yakupo. And see, chapter title, I say the Opulence of the Absolute. So, in this chapter, now Krishna, maybe with my friend Arjuna, at a point in the chapter, he was asking Krishna to show him or to declare to him the various ways and how of us to die already. Our material world, and as our chair, the Cassio, our material world, send a prayer, you will be able to meditate on him through those manifestations. So Arjuna beside Krishna said, "On share those ways." And see, I can say opulence for an English word for cancer. We use as a chess and body and I said, see, you share in the normal English dictionary now. They want to define opulence. They say opulence is now the abundance of a special quality, certain quality, and a certain valuable quality here in abundance, unlimitedly. Opulence. And if we are not even taking it to the level of God or the Suprema, the performer, say here there was some certain quality, so how abundant are be a one the castle or a opulent inside in the unlimited way. We are, in this case, we are referring to the opulence of the Absolute. So the opulence of God. And if I say, Nyankopon and I say Krishna, there are certain qualities, valuable qualities that he has it in abundance. And Arjuna, various ways within the material universe, various manifestations within the material universe. Arjuna made to me action and so. So I bring you an record sad or the Krishna or the sad image now as a representation of Krishna or the Absolute or God. And he was started and about those opulences and so. So in this text, about Nema and Naiso, I say of the great sages, I am Brigu of vibrations. So that was the first opulence. He said, your sages be brave, of the great sages. So I agree. Of vibrations and the transcendental home. Kind of vibration. Said vibration for an key, the capacity. You also are GG and you also these are vibrations. You see, Krishna said among vibrations where the transcendental home as a home car and the two of records. The third one, I say, of sacrifices, I am the chanting of the holy names, Japa, and of immovable things, I am the Himalayas. It's never 9 way now, Krishna, or this text. But I want us to talk about one of them, and then the third one, I say, of sacrifices, I am the chanting of the holy names, Japa. This is also one of the opulence of Krishna. Arjuna agrees to say, so what I said, who will be the original of Krishna? We are seeing one. There will be a friend of sacrifices and affordable. You see, affordable in them, but a woman, a Jina woman Krishna, and the chanting of the holy names, and as a Japa. The Abribia, who said, who bet side, and who said, who said, I am a Christian. And opulence na eka. The person may have found to be Kakana and say, if you say electricity, I have free apostle Bobana. On say, some posts here, I can see by the forest room, the harmony steel metals, and then we are post. The high tension cables, and also back. But I didn't say a lecture. The electricity are a free apostle mobile. A friend of it is our poles and cables, a friend of HT lines. And I said HV lines. HV is normal high voltage lines. I just said voltage now, power now, current free source mobile. It is very high. I know a day. Over there, everybody if my friend of LV, which is low voltage. There's a voltage now high now air back low. I'm very fast. We used to have a different transformer. There was transformer, a friend step down transformer. Step down transformer and high voltage now. You're producing our also body. And I'm saying, near you used to the same microphone. Speaker, I plug TV, I plug in now. Anything contains our high voltage. And through ECG for engineers, Greek code, engineers, and through their ingenuity, I designed to be a friend of transformer. Let's step high voltage in it down, and they are low, so that a name will meet me, I contain the Sam and Krishna. And I'm the home of running and draw my entity. Send you sit here in a spiritual world, and send you sit here in his originality. We can't perceive him with our limited senses. They are not high voltage, And he was stepping and down about material university through different manifestations. They mean an orchard like among sages, they will say about be a friend of bring me. So who's our sage now? We say he's a representation of me, Krishna. That is one of my opulences. Among all vibrations, there are different types of vibrations. I say the transcendental Om, and also another opulence of me. There are another step down of Krishna. And then among sacrifices, I have American myself also. I say the sacrifice are Ejina Omame Krishna and Japa, chanting of the holy name. And then the last one was among mountains, I am the Himalayas. You move by Tisa Mountain, you are people with the Ghana, you are people with the Krishna said, a people as I listen in a representation of the Himalayas. So that is a picture of how opulence now you can attain. And you can sacrifice and myself, and then now you can start for the bar, and also when they're there, so bar for there. A bit much sacrifice, you can't say bar for there. Yeah. Yẹn nua náà yìí sọfọ ẹtaate ẹbọ afọdeẹ ọbọ na media ẹsan bọ bi ẹna ọbẹyẹ ọsẹ ọwọ ha no de ẹnu papa ẹbọ afọdeẹ nti ẹbí tí ma bọ ẹ kakra nti afọdeẹ bọ ẹyẹdẹ adẹ just nti ase bi a ẹwọ fa ho no let us share it na nyinaa yẹ share sacrifice. Hare Krishna.
Sacrifice well, many connotations and that meaning and understanding. Like for now, today in this text, we preach like as a sacrifice means japa. Sometimes also we hear sacrifice as in jakia and samskaras and all that. But for the understanding, sacrifice, just say, uja bibia a sumbo mao. Now, ode esi anayama jebia ohwehwe. No so sombo man, but office we a sensodie bi a wo jai for something higher than what you have.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Sacrificing. I promise you, big numbers are for God one day, I promise you, sir, the performer, what the food.
Prabhu, Father say, okay, I follow more than okay, a food.
Traditional religion, also so I'm the nature books that the book and sacrifice. And Islam, this is no only. So come with you, and you feel the 100. Meaning, as a form of you, I think today, their sacrifice, not the friends, and sacrifice me, then and yes. It's not a movie.
Thank you very much. See, Prabhu Bhagavat said he can say,
That's all. In that, I'm Christian. And in that, but sacrifice others will do the flower and but
thank you, Prabhu. See, Prabhu Bhagavat said he can marry us here. Yeah, no, because of the say, Ujai be something which is valuable for something higher. And we say sacrifice for the world. Prabhu, so I'm not as I say, or I found someone say, we be any perfume, Robaya, opinion, who he can crack, and they are bringing up on say, or the bar for the animal. See, I think, say, Prabhu Bhagavat, another example of mine, say, no buyer will know. They are OBD for the maintenance of the body and the way he be for the common people. Say there are also be only a couple of people. That is one purpose of sacrificing one a friend of the body. A short purpose in one, she have brought up book and send out a book and animal sacrifice. And I say, sometimes animal sacrifices are recommended, but in the sacrifice of Hare Krishna, there is no question of violence. Yes. It's here for the one, and for the boy and Krishna say, for the boy who we are seeing, there are different types of sacrifices. For example, the animal sacrifice, but Krishna says, me near a supreme japa of all the sacrifices, or not Krishna, or a japa, which is also another form of sacrifice. So, the sacrifice meaning now, Ujai bidimu, something which is valuable to you, or something higher. And I said, only we need your actions, your own self. That is even more in the more religious sense. What they will need your actions, your thoughts, your possessions. That is sacrifice. Japa or chanting of the holy names of Krishna. We say, I know sacrifice being a wood. Sacrifice because to send a marker, you use your body. You use your tongue to chant the name. You use your ear to listen. You use your mind to meditate on the holy name. You use your eyes to also take the action of the deities. Indeed, you use your time. And you can't say, because Krishna said, I am time in the Bhagavad Gita. So, only time. The time. But Krishna has given us a free will or unlimited ability. Or a free will. So even though on only time, also a say you can use time which is in Krishna for whatever you like. But then it is still recommended say you use it to serve him. Indeed, Obia, they say, oh sorry, and I say, work Sunday, next Sunday, we not too special. Obia to children. Oh sorry, and I say, work a stadium, I ball, and we are to be children. But if you pay my it is sacrifice living. It is chanting of the holy names. We make it is a sacrifice, it is an offering that we are making to the Lord. And Krishna said, and on the air one. The other sacrifices, Yagya, Prabhu can Yagya sacrifice. Other sacrifices, the Vedic culture. We have experienced Abidia, you say a Yagya, this one temple be a Swaha. You see the number of people around. Adia. God is it is a very powerful ceremony or activity. Say what a Mushima we need to be free. But the main focus I what you be bringing say near free material and say so a higher because we did. My family more shima with my uncle. This is assembly day. It is the most so high. Send a bear. I fear I listen and I fear I will me. This is assembly pija. Me young Bible. Our assembly today. The human assembly. Dear, Yamame. But Krishna there. People there. They're not to waiting list. They're not to the last on the list. Indeed, if we have observed, I bring the IAS or how I can't even believe because of material sense gratification. The near my money per piano authority. You say, Swaha, fire sacrifice. Even the channel corner, I saw the channel corner heat when you say, hey, I hear a jar, the dear, and near my there were 2 million. To me, the chair and then near my pallet back, my brother. You see, we are doing that I can't miss. But jump out there. I said, and shut down, maybe I'm not but near, I said, very attractive, and I said, I complex, and I am a catchy more. And so Krishna said, meaning all these sacrifices, including Japan and all. Indeed, what do you think he was trying to tell Arjuna? He was trying to tell Arjuna that all the other sacrifices, focus on this. So see, John Mahama, the president of Ghana, or minister of Ashanti region, or minister of all the regions, or deputies, or chief of staff, or finance minister of one. Wait me for some of these ministers in Swahili from Namabo. Wait me for as a assemblyman who graduates on my connection. Wait me started from assemblyman from the assembly level. Maybe I will work for party chairman and a party secretary. I could call parents and what would do your number. We do a connection with the regional minister. But your mama, as a man, when you say, wait me about more direct, you can have a direct relationship with him. Yes, I am there. You have to satisfy the ministers in the area. We dream there is no intelligence in it. There is no intelligence in it. But that is our situation here. Because Yadre say, Okofa ministers and so on, so a house or a hand at the Nema, a bebrante. Meanwhile, no one, but the princess or a hand, and being an accountant. But Emma, yeah, attaining self-realization soon. Never mind, your home term. We to be able to realize ourselves, become spiritual is a japa by Unisa. It is a John when you're with their section of Caribbean. Why won't you take that one now of fast honest? And so Japan, and I say chanting of the holy names, Ayana, a home, ice and I, dear my. That is the only way by which we can attain the Supreme Lord. All the sacrifices, sending the kind. This is the ultimate. Obibeka said, oh, maybe I'm in Japan. No can maybe my attention and I'm focused this for a hands with me. Oh, maybe I'm in Japan. That is good. Very good. Now, there is this insurance company from Downward Insurance. Slogan here every time. I must say, if it must be done, it must be done well. Say, to say, chanting of the holy names is the ultimate sacrifice. But Ojiatu is not enough. You have to, they say, we have knowledge and then realized knowledge. Do you getting the knowledge, say, this is the ultimate, it is good, but then you have to realize the knowledge. How? By practicing it, putting the knowledge into practice, following the rules and regulations, applying our chariots about to woman. One so. Japan and so way of Japan. Because say oh yeah Japan, now 1 year. It is said only in 1 year you are almost the same. Even though yes, there's even offensive Japan, it has some impact, it's true. But it's having an impact doesn't mean that it will take you to John, it will let you attain John. The time it will take for you to attain the Supreme will be longer. So why won't you do it and do it well? So that you just attain him in this lifetime. That's I think I will pass it because they are but all our chariots, I think about a few days ago I was reading a quote from Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. What saying is that we have to make sure that this lifetime we will go back home, back to God. And he said, the family said, oh, Krishna, or Akonya, went to be proud and call this lifetime. Oh, Akonya Hufro, I'm very relaxing. And now I'm proud, it's not about to But that is not a good way of thinking. We have to make it in this lifetime. Indeed, we have to make sure that this ultimate sacrifice, Krishna, I can say, and now we have to take up, we have to do it well. We have to chant and chant well. We don't have to be engaged in offensive chanting. And so, most of us, we still go to work. We still make offenses when we are chanting. Because it is this chanting of the holy name, Srila Prabhupada can say, it is like the cry of the baby for the mother to come for him or her. Who's sooner afraid than people. Say, obeying through material world, Omo Akwena, Omo Ahmadi, and I the song with you, very the song. And say, who soon after if you have really realized situation, I would say, and yet, if there was a comment free. Now, as soon as your full attention is not on it 100%. I say, I have fun. It will not be potent. And see, offensive chanting, and why? We have to chant, but we don't have to be offensive. We have to be sincere with BBIA. We have to be very, very sincere with ourselves. If you are not sincere, and not any of these offenses ever, since being sincere means being truthful to yourself. Be truthful within yourself, your inner self. That is sincerity. And don't be a hypocrite in whatever we are engaged in here. A few days ago, I was listening to His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj, and he gave a story which is in relation to sincerity about a king. A king or play this kind of chess game. And one of the servants, Prashad, which had been offered to Lord Jagannath, no, the bread. And Agrona no divinity, or the chess game or playing it, it's a very few, no, then it's a left, a shadow. Or Jimmy, nothing bad was to say, Rashad, because Rashad is Krishna himself, and I'm thinking it's a left, I had a Akoti. And Emmanuel feels so guilty. Say, hey, there's something Kuma, say, maybe a baby, you can't mention the name. And I'm a day, I hope Sonia Kupo, Christian, with them a phone. So he was so guilty to the extent that he felt that he has to punish himself. Yes, Krishna himself punishes us for our offenses, but he wanted to punish himself, like chastise himself for offense not committed. So what did he decide to do? Okay, I said in summer or the jail, I said in Fuyo, we can't. That was the way of deciding to punishment. But or so anything I said we will try. And suddenly there's another classic answer we can answer. So he devised the strategy to say, Obama, the servant will be a drama. But when you talk catch your servant and not to say, Omika, that we will do for something. Now I see the camera somewhere. Who is it? Said we do for us as a camera somewhere. Government say I say this quote in the Bible, and sir, any I say to the camera. Own to me because your nana, your king. So what he decided to create a story. I remember the servant, and to me, I yes are there. No catching the servant, they said, yeah, or that goose be by hunting. Goose ever hunting tea. Or I said, or about to say the hand or that. He wanted him to come and be by the window side, like close to where the bedroom is, so that when the ghosts come, you just alert him now, or the second trap. What those demonic beings now on bed hunting. And see, or share that day, she said, all them have We do lights so that the room will be dark. If you are the servant outside or the guard, one of the guards, you will see what is going on. And all them inside, can't be here now. Or them inside will take a window. So that the guard may think that this is the hand of the demon or the ghost spirit. You see, can't be letting the guard, they say, oh, mama. God also there said, or follow instructions. So I said, maybe a window when I am here, they come through. And I got who is on the okay. When an answer worker. So later, it was later that he found out some an answer worker. And how will you feel? But when you catch it, relax. Me and the sector, we are up. Say it. I wanted to cut my hand, but I mean to me. Until now, we share that with you guys say this is my strategy so that you will be able to do it for me. I want to punish myself. And within the palace, there was a place they found a place to bury the hand of the king. And miraculously, what happened? Maybe a very hand, a plant grew from there. There's a plant, a flowering plant that is called Diane or something like that. And it is a very special plant. Guru was saying that if you get a leaf or of this plant, it's just like you have attained Krishna or the Supreme. And they were surprised that this plant has been able to come out from there. So he decided to drop some and offer it to the Krishna or Jagannath. And he offered it. And Lord Jagannath was also so pleased with this devotion of the king. He said, what to be part of man is just to punish himself for offending him. He said, I think the next day or so, they saw say Jagannath has plants and flowers and leaves and still so when they saw say this is what has happened to the deity, they wanted to even they were chastising the Pujari and say what you say? Or he wanted to chastise the Pujari, and Jagannath appeared to the king and told him, say no, Pujari no here, what it is, because I am so much pleased with your devotion. That is why I have taken up these leaves unto myself. So this shows how sincere I am as a devotee. So upon one punishing, and out of that, the Lord was pleased. Even though the Lord saying a punishing. That is the level of sincerity of anyone who show it. So if we are sincere in our devotional service, then we must apply it in our chanting. We applying it means we don't have to chant with offenses. Because that is our visa to the spiritual world. That is our visa to attain the Supreme. And so, I want us to do a practical. Krishna said, this is the ultimate sacrifice. This is the ultimate sacrifice of devotional service. And so I want us to put it into practice today. We are going to chant the holy names of the Lord. Because we want to attain Him. If I say about Fuma, the name said, this will be added in the second Bible. higher food, second year, the Bahana, the Japa Mala. It's a message at this point in time. We are found the second. Now, so before that, we are going to chant the holy names of the Lord, Krishna. Let us focus our mind and attention on the deities. Krishna is up there. You can be looking at the deities, or you can close your eyes and picture Krishna in your mind. Whilst we are about to do this, because he's saying, of all sacrifices, all the swaha, no other sacrifice this can be compared to this. And Srila Prabhupada can said there are animal sacrifices which is full of violence. So you full of violence, but in this sacrifice there is no violence. Meanwhile, it is the supreme. You see, this is the sacrifice. I will say a day of trade. In the purpose, so Srila Prabhupada said there is a mountain called Himalayas, which is the greatest of all mountains. In the purpose, Srila Prabhupada said there was a mountain mentioned in the previous verse called Meru. Meru in Himalayas, and the difference is that Meru is like movable, but Himalayas is immovable. I say, of all immovable things, I am the Himalayas. Indeed, say Krishna. What it means is that Krishna is immovable. Only a botanya, a trainer, and only the chanting of the holy names. So for those of us, if you are not familiar with the Maha Mantra, it is on the screen. So before we start, we know the procedure. We start with the Panchatattva mantra, and then we start. So we are doing one full round, and then we will end the class. So please, as I said, let us focus our mind on the Supreme Lord. You can close your eyes, and you can be watching the deities whilst we do this. Because this is the ultimate sacrifice for us in this lifetime. So we are starting with the Panchatattva mantra. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasana Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
How are you feeling?
Irate. Feeling irate.
The Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, the Akasha Arjuna said, Ubi a attaining no na obetimi apa o Krishna chen. Hey ubi a abra owu no ana abra o live the body no. We kai of Krishna in full. As at the time you are leaving your body, wow, kai Krishna is within your mind. You'll be able to go to the spiritual world. The Russia said, who's really called? Don't forget home. Abra, we are so the call. Yeah. You know about you two about boyfriend, girlfriend or baby. Said, what was our point about? Said a mouth to my uncle. See, into me called Christian chain, I'm around training. See, this is what will make sure say at the time we are leaving our body or we are leaving this earth, we will be thinking about Krishna. You know, we are always doing this without offenses. We know about the 10 offenses. If we are doing this without committing these 10 offenses, Krishna will be within our mind and we'll go to him. See, Lord Brahma Kasher Radhamuni. Radhamuni Bisa Lord Brahma said, in this age of Kali, men are depravity now fast of attaining liberation, spiritual liberation. Men of Kasher. I say, Hare Mama, Hare Mama, Hare Mama, Hare Mama, Halo Naste, Halo Naste, Naste, Katia, exercise. But in this age of Kali, there is no other way to attain spiritual liberation than chanting of the holy name of God, of Krishna. There is no other way apart from what we just did. And let us do it with all the love and devotion and way of God. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
See, we're in the class now. If there are any questions or comments, yes, bring it out and share. Questions or comments? Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Really, that's church and practical experience our way now. Krishna Kosuma Mao, you say, from Guam. So the question you say, Yabu said, and I said, then just said, so we say if you are in uniform format, and fire you swim, the Haban, the good doing the song. And I started to say, Krishna, and you it's already so good as well. Then goes near for and I say, the past and pass of me now, be a national person. See, now you say, Kaya emotional says, and I say, yes, Krishna. Anka those and as a source somewhere pass and parcel of Krishna, Musubenya, a song for song. To sell one war about no many devotees. Uncle Musubenya, a song for song. But I say, a home, you can't say, a home now, one in a cosmo or Sinam is at the other and a bansa.
So, to us here, I said, like the demigods, say, some Krishna. Most being answered fast. I hope one name for so long.
You can't say, in fact, the living is a was assassin. He said, yeah, a home need devoted to that. Yea, now for name past a canvassing. On the great devotional is my old offenses with the party. He said, about canvassing. That's the other, a bansa, our prayer, yea, devotional says, yes, Krishna.
No, can't see the password. Say, away parts and parts of Krishna. So, only has one password. Okay, thank you. Very nice question. And okay. I say, yeah, can say, oh, watering the plant, a worship, assembly, or some worship. And the superior entities, another the worshipable beings, they worship God. He said demigods, and then the supreme himself. And he will be a demigod, and now only worshipable. They worship God. The second is now okay. I want to say it even now. Means me worship God as my God. Also means me worship me as your God. we have to respect each other. But we have those in authority as that we are supposed to worship. And no one said that this illustration actually said watering the roots, means worshiping. Worshiping the roots, and now watering the roots, branches maybe not so fast. And worship once a year. But we don't worship. We are not supposed to worship. I know we are worship. It's worship once a year. And even though we are worshiping Krishna, and even it's me that's all we have so far. Say, ever say Islam temples close down. Say Brahmana back praying as Israel, and we are still better than able to. Say we are 80 now Suto from Efa, Bibia, all the Anema here, our assassins, and it is because of the devotional service. It's even though Onya a direct benefit, sending the Rebecca say devotees, still almost no benefit also. When you saw the car and told me devotees in Kwaso, it took be asked from my friend. Krishna Gas, who walk around and maybe, to be a young person. And see what we are doing on young person. The private thing I can find. Yes, go. Mother. Thank you very much, Mother. Mother, can you
Hare Krishna Prabhu, and that's for a very wonderful and practical class and from Vinanda, a good question and your wonderful submission and answer to it. In the Chaitanya Bhagavad also, it says, devotees, so what chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's the Upeda on Sakarima. All the area beings, body and warrior, they didn't everything more. They get liberation just by saying Upeda on Sakarima. And it says, Osa, that's a Ostania, and I'll tell you all the directions that's liberated. And by dancing and Guru will not say more from now, the subterranean beings and as all your master accessing the national passion. And the thing I can say, the devotees are full of compassion because they are always in activity, and every activity the devotee does now, and nobody gets benefited. When I just when you assume I do believe every living entity gets some benefits out of this. Indeed, the devotees now have also open and all to know living entities are getting the effects, like the example of Mother Mine, Okohari, and we are chanting on the streets. I mean, a year or Nipa or more or point, biara na so mfa so even to the point is because obumu ya na me ni kura no ka Hare Krishna for we no informa center the first one is Hare Krishna for we and I mean to that extent say you know all can Hare Krishna for kura say the person gets some benefits. You see, yes, the devotees are the best welfare workers because their actions and inactions, all of them speak about Krishna. That is something.
Thank you very much, Krishna, for the nice submission. Thank you.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Kakra is written the epistle according to Christianity, Lord Shri Christos, among crucified 3 days time resurrected with his whole body that go back into the spiritual kingdom. But Krishna, according to Gita, in explanation the crowd said, Krishna Nito, Aro, BPS Nito. I want to know, sir, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is Shri Krishna, operate the body, and I said, or living the body, or material planet. Very good.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for your question. You answer as a Krishna. Bhagavad Gita is a previous already descended up into the material world. He comes with his original transcendental body. And to send a movie, Sana Omuno, or by no Muhuna, but only Nipa. The fact that he wouldn't because we know that he lived for many years on this planet. He looked like a 25-year-old. Always not a body here fresh. How is that possible? He said, he do be from even 60, 70, he who said, no, when he man started, they can come the Isina Krishna, we feel the as so, but still he had a youthful body, a very fresh one. That should tell us that his body was not an ordinary body like Yedian. Apart from him, I don't know of any other person or exhibitors are there. Indeed, if he left, he didn't leave to send a giant material body or by a sign for it. In the spiritual body now or the buyer, and one of the sign there. It wasn't like to say, yeah, let's see, we will leave our material body here and go back to wherever we are coming from. So I can't until I confirm. It's another Pujana cemetery. Hare Krishna, Mother.
So the question is, chanting the life, she said, not so long. Now, I said, to Kenya, I want to go to me 80, not be habit. To go, a permanent person, so there's a passion. So the couple to Kenya is not chanting.
Thank you, Mother. Let's say, I would be said, what to come with chanting. I'm going to pass why I want to carry to be national pastor. Let's say, Mother, I know the Sabio say, wow, car, and only a new car on a meeting, a wow car, wait tonight. Buy the alcohol for a commercial car, truck for a taxi. And you want to be chased at him. And you will be on the over there or tears it, go over as a would be the day in the future. I know the so person chance here. What the way you can wait tonight is silently in your head. And yet, they say we don't have to be. And you say, I say, Patita Pama. They are going to say, it's essentially a problem. Chinchina was saying, civil for. It's part of the 10 offenses in the canon. And he said, yeah, I said, Chinchina was said, Ubiji Mahaman Traditu. It's in my offer trotro. Wumpo, maybe chance it. I'm going to so fast. But I know, sadly, I don't think I was said, oh, yeah. A wild card there, and I'm for friends room, and you can do it, but in a commercial vehicle, I wouldn't advise the best because they say, yeah, Kofunia so fast, and the Papa and the Trotro. Very Christian. It's a matter of a crowd, it's like a problem. Very Christian.
With the first question, we'll talk about Christian. I mean, yes, Christians form a section of another group, and Pastor said, Eternal, and it's full of this. So there's no question. It's like, what arrow in this universe is this make us see the body of Christian? Baba Gita Krishna Shem says the soul is immutable, the soul cannot be weighted by the wind. And from me and promote a gentleman, and seriously more. It means the soul cannot, it's not any idea any weapon can enter into the body can kill the soul. Similarly, Krishna is a super soul. Only his form is completely spiritual. So there is no question of any weapon whatsoever. Even Brahmastra, which is classified as the greatest weapon in this universe. It is very, very dangerous weapon, that Brahmastra. But even this Brahmastra has no, even for us living entities, Brahmastra is so we are complex of Krishna. So that story of the hunter and more of, there's a technical sideline with it, said it was time personified. To tell the Lord, say his time is due. Because even Krishna, when Krishna comes to Mashiach world, he follows his own rules and regulations. For example, say I am a class, and I say open 5 o'clock. Now, art and Africa and now over 5:30. The president then my lecture, but we based on the good. I'm 5 more come also coffee. Anxiety was personified to, I let the Lord say, of course, you came to degrade the condition so that's a lion soul. And so he says that Krishna is just like the sun. The sun is always in the sky, or rim the others. Say, Yerias, Yana, Yerbunzi was a time, network, the name for Yana, and I say, I like so. And the chief commander, I say, I like so. And there is no question where time where Krishna does not exist in the material or in the scripture. But a miracle now may manifest. When the time is due, it becomes a manifest also. So Krishna did not leave his body, he did not die, because there's no question of here having material body. What's the going to do? And with my mother question, I was also thinking of, I said chanting is a vibration.
Yes.
Vibration means it's electron, the meter, it's space. And who knows if a man says something now? Just by the vibration alone, the person what's on channel, what's it? You're going to get it. I don't know whether you would now or something. You wait to watch. I have who was the language one when you're so fast, or who's like a national passport. But this is our chance to national passport. In the drug, it goes for her, especially because Ghana and so could not the country be or Kazato marriage will be able to say, or being another user. But I can't put it up for us. Over Shantia, or Shanti will be. And yet, is it Japan, meditative by your own young computer. And the young one now, let's not kill my debate to be as we are a vision. Usman and elected. Over the matter because you're ready to answer. So it's not about saying all show externally so I appreciate it, but the character should preach more louder than
Yes. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
That's what.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years ago, or by our material world. In any millennium, there is no Krishna ever direct or indirectly, which is 8,600,000,000 years. Okay, so Prabhu.
8.4.
Yes, that's 8,400,000,000 years. So, percent say Yoga is the last age. Krishna must have a direct being.
Yes, what I've heard and I know is that Weber view as Kalki avatar. That is, it's like a prophecy of what said in this last age of Kali Yuga, you come again as Kalki avatar. That is what is there.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, since the question is there, there will be another problem.
But you are not the person who can Madam, if you say, the foca to me, it's not come outside. And the fish said there be. So, business of back, so good in part. What you are because right now it is a soul in the casa. It's a soul of Passat. Passengers are all casting their soul no contact each and everyone. So, by the hour, this is why. It's many answers why it now both chances and come up here. Now, I come back from
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. Prabhu.
I don't know. I say, oh, chance here. Now, some negative thoughts about our dream. Maybe oh girl who has a cry to me for another negative there. And so what chance what's the best thought I will say we'll keep it. And I will say working a year feel like empty and like I want to know the state of mind obviously a chance any offensive.
Thank you very much. Mr. Meka, you have a chance here. Meka said, wait, you can be looking at the deities. Krishna and a war, Yankupon, one a war. It's Meka said, wait, me out here. Meet your deity worship, no one said, I will concern a bear, a bema yenya a concentration on God. Because the Akasi Yankupon. I was a Uhuno. But yeah, anyway, it's me with a spiritual form. And was my acquaintance a big Uhuno in his deity form. It's all chanting our head on Yankupon, our head on, or I've been seeing so. The whole chant here, you, and one thing to is, oh, chant here, I was out sitting a walk. Harea, I was what I was so focused on your mind on the sound. A sound of once in the account. Indeed, why are we so salty about it? So, why are we so salty about it? It's not a classroom near child. So, the teacher can obey you pay attention in class. 10 offenses against chanting the Maha Mantra. So you have to be attentive whilst you are chanting. Attentive nature say, the name, it is the holiest name, or that is the holy name. So why are you mentioning the holy name and your mind will be somewhere else? You have to, at the same time, you have to focus your mind to hear it. So if you want to hear it, you hear it. So your focus on hearing it, remember what is steady, remember the Jinafa. As you are saying, then the good to our chance and negative thoughts, it is normal. Those thoughts, you can't stop them from coming. But what you can do is focusing your mind on the sound. If you keep on practicing how to focus your mind on the sound now, it will do very well. If those negative thoughts, a back cry, a bar, free so. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna signed Krishna said, "Oh, kind of mind." But the mind is very difficult to control, just like controlling the wind. From the fire, Jesus over control. And Krishna can say, yes, it is true. It is difficult to control the mind, but it is possible by practice and determination. That is what Krishna told. Or Jesus will say, yes, you know, can I not pray? There is always control again. But by practice and determination, we will do it. Indeed, it is the practice, where so we do practice, and now the 10 offenses now, you have to be attentive, Man chante abra, who show phone so. Man chante abra, who show TV. If you follow these things, now focus on how to hear the sound 10 BR. Because you get to a time, you'll be able to control those negative thoughts. By the bar, I won't say, why do you walk? Adiana all kinds of things, those are some. And as for the beginner, you can have a picture of Krishna, Radha Krishna. Oh, yeah, you can have a picture. What's the name now? Chanting. Now, we need that so that you be concentrated on the picture. So, what's your picture now? Now, what I'm doing was you are serious about what you are doing now. I don't think that those negative thoughts will be able to control you and I'll control your chanting. So you see how go too for any man. Who got to my continue too for any now be in your phone. Sense no go, never say, never chew the beer or whatever. It's no go to not from my money, now be in your phone so and now we are call. So the same way, this is the ultimate sacrifice that they are coming. So you have to pay full attention to the sound vibration. And if you practice that, keep on doing that, you'll be able to control these negative thoughts. Okay.
So, what is the best time? But my I was there by 6:30, and school. And by 6, I have to set off. I was there by 6 o'clock. So, what is the best time? Say, sorry, and message alarm chant because every day they are making sure they chant. Maybe I will wake up around 5, use 30 minutes, make 2 rounds. But I want to know the best time, maybe 3 or 12 to 10. And every morning I make sure I will chant 4 rounds. But my pombana is very difficult for me to chant. But in the morning, they say, I chant kama. And I say, minya negative thoughts, people are time nana. Me drink Krishna, I say I should chant for that negative thoughts to disappear. So
that's the problem. These are the best time. And see, chanting the every time I chant time, they are about the best time to send you this song. There were a period within the day I'm watching, like before sunrise, from 4:30 coming out. So say we are with your friend Brahma Guru that time. That is the most auspicious time within the day. With the chanting is very potent. But you can even start chanting before 4. So also that's 2 a.m. I chant. That is also a very good time to chant. Once I open my 6, You when I was at one time I went to my sorry, went to my chant to 16 rounds in the way. So I was also sorry 2 a.m. And by 6 now we could have man and by 5:30, by 5, no way you around sir. I was able to come on there. What it also mean they said somebody sorry 2 a.m. I mean I was all done because what that 12 then somebody sorry 2 a.m. Somebody said continue around so now it's not per man because it's me 16 rounds in the hands of per man. You feel very okay. But what bread? What in I bread? I don't know, yeah, I think Kaka. And it's in a best to say, I will try something to maybe in our partner and some alcohol. There's also to be a 4 time also, which my trainer will so also a 5, which will be a way. It's in I say, by practice and determination. So why determine say, okay, say, or you want to advance in spiritual life. And he also said, some timing, the time management. I was having a shame here, said I need to improve the chances. And he also says a negative thoughts bar, you chant, that is perfect. Yes. And negative thoughts in the bar, you counteract it with something which is positive. And what is more positive than chanting of the holy name of Krishna? In the time the enemy to mark the best time when I'm eating a time before sunrise, before you are looking. In fact, as a devotee, you have heard, it is all that the person will be key. Always you have to wake up before the sun. And when you wake up, you have to do your chanting. It is all person to remain in terms, say, yeah, was it within 30 minutes, we need 2 rounds, and I said, 2 hours. And it means you need more time to be able to do all the 16. It means I was so surrender. So when it's not real, with determination, I can still try. Shower, at least it will refreshing your body. Send it a bit in and don't be too worried. Say, I said, won't be 16. So, won't be money go. I don't think that the vote is what we are seeing now. Obia or Shah say, I know it's 16. Most of us, it will take you some time before we start putting there for the whole day, we will cry one day. But Kakran can practice determination. Kakra, we get the man and say, we can intend them. Send I practice now. Most of us, when we are doing our individual jabba, and yes, our pace and a bit faster. But you need time to be able to get to that level. Hare Krishna, Mother.
So we are taking only to say disobey you yeah. Or if you are Radha Krishna and Radha Samashundra Jagannath Baladitu Adva. If you are a woman, if you are a guru or must be a travel but in Capri, if you are what I used to, it will be the same. Now, what's your past? Any at all time, any doctors need doctors. Of course, what I want and so on. All the one to make this name himself. He didn't know doctors was in the question at the Christian.
Hare Krishna. If I deity worship on all that's Radha Krishna, Lady Guru Parampara. This question is a bit difficult, not a kakra, but kakra makes me account on say the all temple the deities are installed based on a certain mood, the mood, and the particular place. And the area, a honor among us, it's for a particular reason. Maybe the mood there at the time, they didn't mean say was a date is slavery. Every brother, the pujaris now, several days. Maybe they don't have that kind of qualities, and now ammonia mature enough to say date is leading all the different kind of dates for almost without offenses. Because, for example, a date like Nesuna Day, what I have heard is that it is not easy to sell him. There are strict rules. What says what the principal date you have to follow. At the pujaris there, the deities, the devotees there, they can't meet up to that standard. So why would you go in? And then I would can't water. If they are open here, they say you cut your coat according to your size. So kakra means that this is why there are these differences, because of the different moods Krishna or manifesting among them. The pujari is the kind of devotees at every place. And then sometimes he decided. I don't know if some of the senior devotees here can also add something. Prabhu. Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
From the moment me encounter Hare Krishna, it has helped me. Because I stammer a lot. And the place I find myself, or I found myself, I'm in a school and I am heading a school. But the moment you graduation, and the first graduation I'm here, now I encounter Hare Krishna. But the second one, I prayed, like I had the image on my phone, I placed it, and I may offer fruits and toffees. And the moment I go here, make us like everyone clapped for me, like I had attention, I spoke well without even stammering, like make us and from the moment as well, I share this Krishna movement, it has